Welcome back to the Positive Tribe Podcast. You've got me, Dan Johnson, and
Derek Staley
over here.
What's up?
We are going to be talking today about something that is a big thing going on, especially now that school is getting back into season. It is bullying. Now, before we get too much into it, I kind of want to talk about somebody that experienced bullying. Her name is Madeline Bailey. She is a singer and a YouTuber, and she was actually on America's Got Talent. What she did is in her...
she was kind of doing her own videos before, right?
Yeah, she was doing her own videos before and stuff. But what she did is in her audition is that she took all of her negative comments that she was getting from all of her haters, the trolls, everything, and she turned it into a song. And she sang that during her audition. That got her onto America's Got Talent. She also got the Golden Buzzer and made it all the way to the semifinals before she got out. But, I mean, now...
Made her big.
Yeah,
she's
massive now.
Yeah.
She's got over 9.5 million subscribers.
Jeez.
She didn't let, these people tear her down. They threw stones. You know what she did? She built herself up with those stones.
Yeah. I saw I remember when you were talking about that, I remember the audition, but I went and watched it just this morning, actually, and really cool. It was something Howie Nelson said after her song was done. I can't remember exactly what he said, but he said something along the lines of, so you're going to turn, or maybe it was right before she sang, once she explained it, but you're going to turn this negativity into a positive thing. And I mean, that's exactly what she did. Is a lot of people, when they encounter something like that, they just crawl back into their hole. But she
exactly. She embraced it.
Yeah, total confidence. She's like, I don't care what people think.
Yeah. And that's, and you know what? We need to kind of more focus on that and realize that it doesn't matter what other people think of us.
There's always going to be haters. There's always going to be bullies.
Doesn't matter what you are, where you are, anything. Yeah, you're always going to have somebody. And the thing is the more successful you get, the more haters you're going to find.
You're going to attract more of each. Yep, for sure.
So,
yeah.
But anyways, we want to talk about bullying, and it's not just kids that get bullied; it's adults as well.
Yeah.
In the workplace and at school, bullying's everywhere. And there's actually three main types of bullying. There's cyberbullying, which is going to be on Facebook, social
Madeline
media.
encountered.
Yeah, what Madeline encountered, where it's just online, whether it's on gaming platforms or things like that, and then physical. Like, when you were in school, did you ever see fights and things like that?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just physical assault of any sort.
Yeah.
And then mental. That's the one that is the biggest out there.
Yeah.
Because it's like name calling, even just like manipulation and just emotional stuff in general that are out there. But anyways... So you experienced some of that, right, when you were in high school?
You know what? I'm ashamed to say, but when I was in elementary school, I was 10 years old, dumb little kid. I was actually hanging around with this crowd, and we were the bullies. And I am ashamed to say that I was one of those kids where I wasn't the one that took the lead, but I kind of just hung out with these kids that did. And I think I just wanted to be accepted so much, but these were the cool kids.
Yep.
And we're going to go on to talk about ways to address bullying, and this isn't the way I would recommend addressing it, if you can help it. But we were bullying this kid, and he was in a grade younger than us, and we thought we were so cool, and I was just kind of going along with it. And one day the kid just punched me in the face, and I don't recommend violence if you can help it or whatever. There's other ways to address it, but it stopped me from. It changed my whole. I'm like, I'm not gonna hang out with these kids anymore. I'm not gonna bully. This is stupid. So
yep.
I was on the other side of the coin that I shouldn't have been on, but yeah.
And then that changed you, though.
It changed me. I've never, ever participated in that crap again. So. Yeah.
But at the same time, it could have went completely different.
Yeah.
If he would have punched you in the face and you decided you wanted to fight back.
Exactly. It would have turned into a big mess.
Exactly.
And I think deep down I had the proper mindset of, I know this is wrong, but I just want to be accepted by the kids. So I think that's what quickly changed. I'm like, I'm not going to participate in this anymore. So but throughout high school I experienced I was picked on a little bit. I was kind of the nerd, or I saw other people being picked on, and it's wrong. It is wrong.
We interrupt this podcast for the winners.
The winners.
The winners
All right.
of the August Bingo Challenge. Now, if you don't know what the August Bingo Challenge was, we created a bingo card. And on there was a bunch of different spaces that had different positive tasks, whether it was buy a drink for somebody or
Smile at someone.
give somebody a smile, or even come up with your own ideas.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yes, it was great. We had a lot of fun. There was a lot of participants. And of those participants, we have chose 3 winners. These winners are going to be able to choose from one of our wonderful 40-ounce tumblers. And yes, these tumblers will actually be coming up for sale before too long.
Check these out. I'm going to give it a little close-up here.
Nick, we have so many different colors.
So cool.
These 4 right here, we just chose these because we just grabbed 4 cool colors.
We got lots of colors.
But there's a lot of colors. I mean, we've got the reds like you've seen me using. We've got black like you've seen him using.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, there's so many different colors.
What else we got?
And we've also got
some
sticker packs that we're going to be including with all of them. Now, first place winner. This is what you're waiting for. I know it. So first place is going to be getting a $25 Amazon gift card, a choice of cup, and a sticker pack. And guess who gets them?
Who is it?
It is Doris Marie.
Whoa!
So please, shoot us a message, comment something, and we'll be able to interact, get your address, be able to send it to you.
Yep.
Now, second place winner gets...
Is that this one?
That is this one.
All right, we got a silver eagle coin from Discount Pond.
And you're also going to be able to choose a cup, and you're going to get a sticker pack as well. Now, for this one, we have Sandra, Duarte. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong, but that is our second place winner. Now, for third place, you also get to choose whichever color you would like, and you get a sticker pack as well. And this one is Marnie Abrahamson.
Yep.
I apologize. But you are our 3 top winners.
Awesome.
So go ahead and shoot us a message.
Good job, guys.
Yes, congratulations. Thank you for sharing positivity with everybody. This is a great community building event. And as soon as you guys shoot us a message, we'll be able to get everything settled up for you, and we will get it out to you. Thanks.
And real quick, for those of you watching, we're going to do more competitions like this, so definitely stay tuned.
Yes, we are going to be doing a lot more of these, and like I said, we will actually be putting these up for sale as well.
Yeah, watch for that.
Here in the next, hopefully in the next month or so.
Yeah.
But no idea for sure.
Thanks, guys.
Anyways, back to the podcast with us.
See you.
Now, how would, for the parents out there, what's a good way to be able to tell if your kids are being the bully?
If they're being the bully?
Yeah.
I think a lot of ways, I think it would come down to how their attitude is in the home. If they have items of theirs, or if they have items or money or something that you're like, well, where did they get that? There's a lot of telltale signs I think that you should notice. If they fly off the handle with aggression and attitude way too quickly, I don't know.
And if they're just trying to be popular in school,
they're trying to be popular and
because like you were saying, like what you were saying, you just wanted to fit in.
Yeah, exactly.
So you were trying to get in with the popular kids, and you just went along with it.
Yep, exactly.
So kind of looking out for things like that. Maybe if your kid is always having to control a situation.
Yep.
I mean that can be 2 ways as well, because it can be that they're just strong-willed. But at the same time, if they're doing it in a negative way, like shutting somebody down and trying to take over, that's trying to control a situation in that way.
I think it's really important to have sit-down interviews with your kids often too, because they're not going to tell you everything, of course, anyways. But I think the kid you see at home versus a kid at school, it could be 2 completely different people. So you never know what kind of person they are in a different environment. So.
Because obviously, if your kid's a bully, you want to get on top of that quick, because
nip that in the bud fast.
Yeah. And then it's like now let's flip the coin and talk about kind of how to tell if your kid is being bullied. Like you were saying, if the kid had gotten stuff that you can't quite account for, it's going to be the same thing except in reverse. Their stuff's going to be missing.
They're going to be hungry.
It's going to be they're going to be hungry because somebody took their lunch.
Yeah.
things like that, or
their
if their
textbooks are all
destroyed.
Yeah, there's
or
a lot
even
of,
their book bag, things like that.
They don't want to talk to you about certain things.
Yep, exactly. I mean, and then, or if they just don't want to go to school anymore, they're like, I don't want to go to school. Well, why? Or they're faking sick a lot to avoid doing activities and things like that.
Kids can be nasty. I mean, there's some really awesome, amazing people out there, kids and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like bullying is way too common. There's definitely things you should watch for as a parent. So
yeah. Well, I mean, the Boys Girl Club of America actually put out a survey. They surveyed over 100,000 kids between the ages of 9 and 18 years old, and within that, they had a question about bullying. 40% of the kids that they had interviewed had been bullied in the past year, and of that 40%, only 38% did not report that to an adult.
Oh, geez.
So there's a ton of kids out there that are, it's like, well, I guess, why are they afraid to do it? It's like, they're afraid of the humiliation because, they're already been,
they've already experienced the bullying. Why would they want to relive that again and then possibly have the bully hear about it and then they're just going to get bullied further?
Yeah, retribution. Yeah. They're afraid of retribution.
Yeah.
And then their personal self-worth. It's like they already feel like they're crap, so they feel like they deserve it, know? And instead of that, we need to help our children by building them up. It's like... not just building them up, but also encourage them to do things that like hobbies and things like that, because they're going to build friendships within them. Yeah. And it's strength in numbers. If your kid is being singled out in school and they don't really have any friends or anything, that's a prime target for bullies.
Yep.
So by getting them involved in all these activities, that can help with reducing the chance that they can get bullied.
So we may be talking about this here in a minute, but switching gears a little bit, what do you do about online bullying? What do you, if your kids are experiencing that, I don't know what you would personally do if...
The thing is it's like, depending on the situation, it's like if a kid is getting on and like playing Call of Duty or, some game and things like that, and they're being bullied on there, I mean, you could easily just get rid of their mics, get rid of,
Yeah.
But a lot of the times that kind of reduces the, the fun of it too.
Right.
But, if it keeps them from being bullied and things online, then, sometimes it's worth it.
Right.
And, but when it comes to like social media bullying and things like that, it's a lot harder because it's like
it's everywhere. Yeah, it seems like it's...
You can't just get rid of their Facebook.
Right.
You can't get rid of their TikTok, their YouTube, and things like that. But it's... I'm not even quite sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think going back to what you said about the physical bullying, I think just, trying to get them involved in other interests and hobbies, building up their self-confidence, their self-worth, I think that goes a long ways. And like I said previously too, having these... regular sit downs with them to just have interview one-on-one time and see how things are going, what can be improved on, stuff like that. But I don't know. It's I think online bullying is out of control. Personally, I think it's running rampant, and I don't know. I personally think that's probably the worst case of bullying nowadays is online, because people, they seem more brave and I can say whatever I want behind a keyboard warrior type of thing,
Exactly, because nobody knows where I live.
Exactly, yeah. And they say nasty things.
Yeah. And the thing is, like Facebook, it doesn't matter what group you're in, there's always going to be a troll in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And, there's always somebody there that's just going to cause hate and discontent. And we've had to take a couple people out of the group.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, it's like, even though you're trying to build a positive environment, there's still going to be that negativity that tries to creep in.
Yep.
And
I remember when my brother committed suicide, there was a St. George News article about it, and I remember my wife warned me. She's like, "Don't get on the comments, Derek." I'm like, I can't help it. And so I got on, and I saw one particular guy. He said some extremely nasty things about my brother and suicide, and I actually got into it with him, and I started, responding back. I'm like, "Hey, it's my brother. This is what happened," and he just would not drop it. And at that moment, I realized it's not even worth it. Not even worth it to engage in losers like that. I'm not trying to be a bully to that guy, but yeah, he made me very mad. But yeah, there's some nasty people out there, and I think the best thing to do is just try and avoid it if you can. But not all times you can.
And the thing is it's not so much just avoiding it; it's learning to just ignore it.
Ignore it. That's a better word. Yeah,
because like
you can't avoid it.
Yeah, you can't avoid it. And I know, like, because I have another YouTube channel that I do stuff, and I've had some interesting comments.
Oh yeah,
and
you're always going to.
It's like sometimes I leave them, sometimes I delete them, sometimes I'll respond back in a professional way.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there was one comment in particular. I was in California and I did a video in California, and he went off like about all this anti-California, liberal, all this stuff, and I was like, well, thank you for the time watching the video and commenting and stuff. However, and I went on to say it's like, just because your views and their views don't line up doesn't mean you need to call people out. And I went off and did it respectively.
Yeah.
But, it's like there's just times that you can just forget about it. Just
and that's
leave it alone.
I mean, you just nailed it. Your views. It's your views. Not everyone's views. Everyone has different views. I mean, I'm very outspoken politically, but I try and respect other people's views too. That's exactly what it is.
Well, I mean, if we were to talk just a little bit about politics here, and I'm not saying anything in particular, I'm just saying that to get along as a country, we have to find common ground.
And there is always common ground. There always will be if you choose to look for it.
Yep, exactly. So, but anyways, it's, like I said at the beginning, adults can be bullied too. It's not just kids. In the workplace is probably the biggest place where adults get bullied, besides social media as well.
Right.
Because you kind of become friends and stuff, but then if you're in a larger corporation or things like that,
it can be
there's cliques.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And it's just like back in high school.
Yep.
You got the different groups; they don't get along. But it's you just got to learn to just look past it.
Yep. Exactly.
So. That just about sums up bullying.
It up, yeah.
That's bullying in a nutshell, and hopefully you guys learned something from this. You're able to talk with your kids a little bit more, and when you talk to your kids, I mean, you can just talk about anything. Just be like, "Hey, so how was school today? Did you have fun with, during this class?" Or get involved with your kid's life a little bit, and that'll change everything. It'll open up that dialogue, and they'll feel more comfortable and be able to talk about what's going on.
Exactly. Awesome. So, well, if you enjoyed it, share it, subscribe, drop a comment of whatever your thoughts are.
Yeah, we would love to hear, what you guys experience, and also ways that you guys can overcome bullying. If you just want to leave them in the comments, we'll be sure to respond. Thank you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Have a good one.